Well, in today's San Diego Union Tribune, the local newspaper in San Diego, big article, front page story, I don't know, about, say, 20% of the front page. UCSD, University of California, San Diego, Nobel laureate, made vital discovery, dies at age 64. And he was on a bike with a bunch of friends cycling through town and drops dead. They haven't figured out the cause of death yet, which means it was not a ruptured aneurysm, but he died suddenly, so I'd suspect something like either a blood clot in the brain or heart or cardiomyopathy heart disease, both of which are nutritional deficiency diseases. Okay, the interesting thing about this guy, he has PhD in biochemistry and chemistry and biology, and his whole thesis for his Nobel Prize was understanding how biochemistry works inside the cells and how you can monitor it and see how the cells can maximize. It's almost epigenetic stuff, right? Not quite, but almost epigenetic stuff. At any rate, he follows a long list of very famous people who die young. Once you think about Steve Jobs, he died at 56. Satoru Iwata from Nintendo, he died at 55. Both of them were buried by their parents, and both of them were billionaires. And then you got the son of Vice President Joe Biden. Beau Biden died and was buried at age 47. Okay, and then, of course, Prince died at 50, was it 57 or 47? 47, I'll say. Okay, one or the other. I think 47. And wonder what his family thought about burying him. What about what about past President Jimmy Carter, whose grandson dies at age 28 while he's running? It was cardiomyopathy heart attack, kind of like this Dr. Shen. His name is Roger Shen, the Nobel Prize laureate from UCSD. Apologize if I didn't give it to you, Dr. Roger Shen. I wonder what his family thought about burying him. A fit guy, he's out there cycling, right? Well, once you get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Immortality, and the book Rare Earths and Cures, and learn the secrets to longevity. It's not what medical doctors would have you believe. Doctors are doing the equivalent of, for you, when they say, oh, just eat well, you're going to get everything you need. The equivalent would be to say, a mechanic say to you, look, don't waste your money by putting 6 quarts of oil in your car. I can get you a much cheaper deal for 25 cents a quart instead of $3 a quart. I want you to use this dirt from Texas because there's bound to be some oil in this dirt from Texas because everybody knows there's oil in Texas. That's how stupid it is for a doctor to tell you, oh, just eat well, you get everything you need. Remember, according to their own survey, medical doctors, their average lifespan is 56. That came out in 1999. It was published in several medical journals. It was a survey doctors did to rebut my survey, which I said the average doctor in America lived to be 58. And they didn't like that, so they ran their own and said, it's 56. They said, Wallach's data was wrong. They were happy, they say, well, my data was wrong, even though their study showed they died 2 years earlier than I said. Well, when you look at the actual reason for longevity, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with being smart, like Dr. Shen here, the Nobel Prize laureate. It has nothing to do with power, political power. And so what is it? Well, all biochemical and hormonal processes within the cells, the DNA, RNA, telomeres, and genes require 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 minerals, 3 fatty acids, and you cannot get this stuff out of your food anymore. I mean, we're talking about front page front page cover articles in Time magazine. The what is it? It's the epidemic of type 2 diabetes. It's the epidemic of cancer. It's the epidemic of cancer. It's the epidemic of obesity. It's the epidemic of arthritis. Why there's an epidemic of all these diseases? They're not infectious. Well, that's because these nutrients that are required to prevent and reverse these diseases are no longer found in your food. So unless you're supplementing, you're going to be at high risk for getting these diseases, which are really nutritional deficiencies, although doctors would tell you they're genetic or have things to do with age. Neither of those are true. They're all nutritional deficiency diseases. So, again, I want you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Immortality, and the book Rare Earths and Cures. And what you're going to find is, for the most part, the top 20 longevity cultures on Earth are third world cultures. They're third world cultures. They don't have health insurance. They don't have doctors. They don't have hospitals and clinics. They don't have emergency services. And they don't eat nearly as well as we do. So what are their secrets? Well, they're getting the 90 cents of nutrients. They're still putting wood ashes from their wood stoves and their fireplaces into their gardens as fertilizer. Wood ashes are not ashes for the most part. They're 95 to 98% minerals, which the tree sucks up. You burn the wood and the minerals don't burn, so it turns into powder. There's a little bit of unburned carbon, so this powder turns gray or black. But the pumpkins and the okra and the beets and the carrots suck all these minerals up. The tomatoes suck the minerals up. Peas, beans, lentils, and corn, potatoes, and onions suck all these minerals up. Eat that food, and you get your minerals. When you're buying food out of the grocery store, that's been fertilized with NPK, 3 nutrients, which makes plants grow. Plants only need 3 elements, NPK, to give you maximum growth and also good seeds for the next generation. All vertebrates, including human beings, require 60 minerals. If you don't supplement, you will be bearing your children. Contact your Youngevity associate and get the books Epigenetics, Immortality, Rare Earths, Forbidden Cures, and add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. Even equally or maybe more important, add 25 to 50 healthy years to your kid's life. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I got this story from Natural News, and it's headlined, Top 7 Ways a Hospital Stay Can Go Downhill. They say the number 1 is superbugs. They say hospitals across America are well aware that MRSA, or methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, a superbug bacterium, causes potentially deadly staph infections and is completely immune to antibiotics. And they say, ironically, MRSA, though, can be killed by natural things like colloidal silver, garlic, and aloe, but hospitals refuse to use any natural medicines. And they say when you're in the hospital, watch out for electronic thermometers, doctors and nurses' lab coats, soiled gowns, endoscopes, food and flies. And I found it interesting that they didn't mention doctors' ties, because remember we had a story several years ago that they did a study where they swabbed their ties and they were dirtier than toilet water. And they say the pneumonia vaccine, they said it's brewed in growth mediums that are manufactured with carcinogenic processing ingredients. The vaccine industry uses generally modified soy peptone broth, ammonium sulfate, and polysorbate 80, which can cause anaphylactic shock. GMO foods, they say not one hospital in America serves organic food. And the protein drinks they give you are loaded with GM soy and canola oil that strip your body of nutrients. Antibiotics, doctors love giving out prescriptions. Unnecessary surgeries, Harvard researchers, Public School of Health reported that 34% of people over the age of 65 are operated on during their last year of life, 25% in the last month of their life, and 10% in the last week of their life. Say, how do they die? Well, the stress from surgery, poor conditions in hospitals leads to post-surgery pneumonia, superbug infections, and heart attacks. Wrong diagnosis, and that's where they get your charts mixed up. They operate on the wrong leg or remove the wrong organ. And they say they commonly get charts mixed up. They say hospitals are so overcrowded that nurses and surgeons often mix up charts or files when more than one person has the same name. And so those are things, that we've been talking about on this show for a number of years.
Oh, absolutely, and thank you for bringing that up again. Just always remember that this came out 2011. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said each month in America, medical doctors kill 15,000 seniors over the age of 65 that they send into the hospital for unnecessary screening tests and procedures because the doctor needs a few extra bucks. And it's easy to talk a senior into going in for a procedure, especially if Medicare or their insurance will pay for it. And then also, this just came out 2 months ago. This is from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. They said the third leading cause of death in America is medical mistakes. The third leading cause of death in America is medical mistakes. That's 251,000 people a year are killed by medical doctors' mistakes. 251,000 are killed by doctors' mistakes each year. And that means 688 people a day in America are killed by doctors' mistakes. Then, February 5th, 2007, this is on the front page of every newspaper in America, they came out and said, medical doctors are the first leading cause of death in America. They actually kill, injure, and infect 15 million patients in their workplace. Medical doctors each year kill, injure, and infect 15 million patients in hospitals and clinics. They don't even get an OSHA ticket here. So the hospital is the last place you want to go. A doctor is the last place you want to go. So how do you avoid that? Well, you do some preventive maintenance, just like you do in your car. Do you put oil in your car after the engine burns up and the red warning light comes on? No. You put oil in your car so that never happens. Same way. You want to be taking your 90 essential nutrients. And again, I'd get the books Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Immortality, and the book Rare Earths and Cures, and see how you can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Pennsylvania. And Sherry, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Sherry, you're on the air.
Hi, Doc.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Hi. My question is, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and they put me on the levothyroxine, the 25 mcg. I'm noticing also that I'm having swelling in my ankles and my lower legs, and I'm also concerned about age spots that I have because I never had them at a younger age. So I wanted to know what your suggestion was.
Okay.
As far as
two
what
things.
I should be taking.
Sure. Two things. How old are you?
49.
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
I weigh about 135.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'5".
Okay. All right. Did you have any respiratory problems as a kid? Anything like asthma, bronchitis?
No.
Okay. Any skin problems? Any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea?
I do have blood vessels close to my skin on my face, and I do have Raynaud's.
Okay, Raynaud's. Okay. That's kind of a peripheral artery disease, PAD, kind of with the fingers. Your fingers get white and painful when you grab something cold, like a cold drink or something like that. Okay, that'll be Raynaud's. And then, did you ever have any bowel problems? Any constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, because you have these blood vessels close to the surface of your face, this could be called rosacea or adult acne kind of thing. This is kind of an indicator that one has a sensitivity to gluten. You have a gluten intolerance. So the first thing I would do to maximize the absorption of nutrients so that you're going to get benefit from what I'm suggesting to you, you got to give up fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Okay, that means deli slices, sandwich meats, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, oils, things like microwave popcorn, theater popcorn, olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, celery, and cooking oils, and no gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, and oats. I mean none. And then that includes dog, cat, bird, fish, spouse, mother-in-law, renter. Everybody in the household has got to be gluten-free to prevent cross-contamination. And lastly, you got to give up cruciferous vegetables, which interfere with the thyroid. We're talking about things like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale. Now, from a supplement standpoint, at 135 pounds, see, your thyroid gland needs all 90 essential nutrients. Your doctors in their little brains believe that your thyroid gland only needs iodine, which is part of the thyroid hormone, but it needs the 90 essential nutrients to be able to make the thyroid hormone thyroxine. Okay, so at 135 pounds, I'd have you take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. That's going to give you all the known essential nutrients necessary to support maintenance repair of all tissues in the body and function. You know, your genes, DNA, RNA, and telomeres require these things in every tissue in the body, including the thyroid. But hang on. I got a few more things I want to tell you about thyroid. So one healthy brain and heart pack to start with, half twice a day. And hang on, we'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Pennsylvania and Sherry. Okay, just the supplements to support thyroid function. We're looking at one, as your body weight, 135, one healthy brain and heart pack per month, divided up so you're getting a half a dose of everything twice a day. I would also get the Ocean's Gold, get 3 of those twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ocean's Gold. It's made from everything from kelp and nori and all kinds of microscopic things growing in the ocean that the thyroid gland loves. And I would also take the immortalium, which stimulates stem cells to do their job. And so you can actually encourage your thyroid gland to be more efficient. And you can use from the book Let's Play Doctor the actual underarm basal body temperature test to monitor your thyroid function. It tells you how to do that, what all the numbers mean, how to do it, and it'll save you from having to run to the doctor all the time. But if you don't want to mess with all that yourself, you can go to the doctor, and as your basal body temperature comes up, as your thyroid numbers in your blood move towards normal, you're able to slowly wean down off your medication, and your doctor can be the one to do that for you if you don't want to mess with it yourself. But you should be able to significantly reduce or even eliminate the need for thyroid medication, because the thyroid gland loves the 90th sense of nutrients to do what it needs to do. Okay, we got time to start another one here, Doug?
Yeah, we sure do. Let's head to Trinidad and Tobago. And Sean, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Sean, you're on the air.
Hi, Doc. Thanks for taking my call. I'm basically asking a question for my friend who has been suffering with some seizures as of recently, and he's been having a lot of run around with doctors, and he finally decided to do an MRI scan. And when he got back his results, he was diagnosed with a choroidal fissure cyst and a retention cyst in his sinus. So based on the information we looked up, a lot of cases where persons who have epilepsy or seizure-like symptoms, when they do these scans...
Did you say choroidal cyst from the choroid plexus in the brain?
Fissure cyst, yes, in his brain.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, the choroid plexus is kind of like a little bundle of blood vessels inside the ventricles in your brain, which produces cerebrospinal fluid, produces the fluid. And anything that produces fluid or mucus or stuff like that is prone to getting cysts if it's missing stuff, okay? And so how much does your friend weigh, Sean?
He's 175 pounds and 5'11" in height.
Okay, very good. Well, hang on. Get your pen and paper ready. I'll give you kind of a dietary change and also a supplement program that's going to support healthy brain function and healthy cardiovascular function in the brain. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Doug, let's go right back to Trinidad and Sean. All right. First of all, do you know if your friend is on anti-seizure medication?
Yes, I believe so. He's taking some drugs for the seizures, but I don't know exactly what drug he's using.
Okay, that's fine. And so I'm suggesting he does not cold turkey off the medication, right? And so what he wants to do is get on the diet I'm going to suggest and get on the supplement program. And then whenever the doctor says to come back in for a checkup, he needs to do it and let the doctor reduce the medication based on the examination's results, okay? So here we go. Got to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no exceptions, no fried foods. I know the islands eat a lot of fried foods, no fried foods. Have to give up all the processed meats. They also eat a lot of processed meats. It means absolutely no deli slices, no sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, Spam. Got to give all that up. No oils, no microwave popcorn, no theater popcorn, no olive oil, no coconut oil, no margarines, no mayonnaise, no celery dressing, no cooking, and then no gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, and oats. And then from a supplement standpoint, at 175 pounds, I'd give him 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, and he'll take a full dose of everything in those packs at breakfast and dinner. And I would also have him take what we call synaptive, which is the raw materials for your neurons, your brain cells, to actually communicate with each other. And I'd have him take 2 or 3 of those synaptive twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the synaptive to support communication between neurons. I would also have him take 9 of the CM Plus capsules a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. That's 3 bottles a month of the CM Plus capsules. And they're designed to support and promote a anti-inflammatory environment globally within the body, including the brain, anti-inflammatory thing, as well as also It's going to support pain relief, and this anti-inflammatory thing reduces swelling. And this is what happens a lot of times: is these choroid plexes hang on a little string, and they act like a ball valve because there's a little tunnel that goes from each of these ventricles of the brain, and as the choroid plexus produces the cerebral spinal fluid, it goes out through that little tunnel down into the spinal cord. Well, if that little ball valve is plugging up that thing as the choroid plexus continues to produce the fluid, it builds up pressure in there and can be the initiating factor for things like seizures. And so what I want to do is get all that swelling down so that those little tunnels are open to their maximum ability, get the inflammation down by changing the diet, and then call us on your friend here every couple of weeks. Let us know how it's going. And as the doctor examines him, let us know what the doctor says so we can tweak those things as we go along here. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Well, let's head to Connecticut. And Alan, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Alan, you're on the air.
Hi, Doctor. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How can we help you?
Okay. Over the last 6 years, I've had a couple of bouts of CHF. I have high blood pressure. Okay, I'm going to try to make it brief. But I've also recently been diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis. Okay. So I'm wondering if that's the reason why I've got all these blood pressure problems. So anyway, that's what I have. I just
okay. Now, did you say CHF? You're talking about congestive heart failure?
Yeah.
Okay, and high blood pressure, and then pulmonary fibrosis. And how much do you weigh, Alan?
244 pounds.
And how tall are you, sir?
5'8".
Okay. Yeah, at 5'8", I'd like to see you at 165, 170, so wouldn't hurt to lose 70, 75 pounds. We'll work on that. Also, as a kid, did you have any asthma or bronchitis?
I had about 14, 15 years ago, I had a bad bout of bronchitis. I had to stay home for about 2 weeks. The doctor warned me if I didn't do that, I'd come down with pneumonia.
Okay. And did you ever have any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
No.
Okay, good. Any bowel problems? Constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, anything like that?
I have like bowel problems, but I mean like not being regular, but none of the other stuff.
Okay, off and on with the bowel stuff, but nothing regular. Okay, all right. Well, congestive heart failure is a deficiency of a single vitamin. High blood pressure could be caused by nutritional deficiency or obstructive artery disease caused by inflammation, eating the wrong things, causing inflammation, which results in the arteries plugging themselves with scar tissue. Pulmonary fibrosis can be secondary to these other two things and certainly can reduce the oxygenization of your blood and your tissues and so forth. So first thing you have to do is get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils, and no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And you got to really reduce the sugar intake because that makes congestive heart failure worse because it makes the deficiency of that one vitamin worse. That means stay away from juices and fruit. You can get everything you need from juices and fruit in your vegetables without the danger of sugar. And then at 244 pounds, you're kind of at that cusp. And now congestive heart failure can be life-threatening. High blood pressure can be life-threatening, and pulmonary fibrosis can be life-threatening. So I'm going to give you the ideal, but if it's financially burdensome, you can cut it by a third, okay? You can cut it down to a 200-pound dose if a 300-pound dose is financially burdensome. So the 300-pound dose would be 3 of everything, okay? 3 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then I would also get 2 bottles a month of what we call de-stress capsules, capital D like David, dash stress, and take 3 of those twice a day. It actually has in it the vitamin deficiency that can result in congestive heart failure. And then for the high blood pressure, I would throw in a series of supplements that actually support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries and help support and maintain healthy blood pressure levels. That would be Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I'd go ahead and take 12 of those a day, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner time. That would be 3 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic. I would take 2 to 3 of the Ultimate Cardio Sticks a day, a minimum of 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. You tear open the top, put them in a bottle of water. Ideally, it'd be 3 a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. I weigh 152, and I take 2 a day just for prevention. And then the Ultimate Niacin Plus. I would go ahead and take 2 of those twice a day, be 2 bottles a month, and that is, again, to support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. Now, this is going to support healthy blood flow through the lungs, and that's going to increase oxygenation. And, of course, your own body will want to heal itself given the 90 essential nutrients. That's the goal here, is to give your genes, DNA, RNA, and telomeres what they need to maximize their genetic potential for health, fending off disease, and longevity. And between the diet and the supplement program, you're going to be on the right course. So if you would, please, sir, give us a call every couple of weeks. Connecticut is going to take maybe a week of working days to get the product from California to you. And so I would start the diet immediately. Don't wait until you get your product. Start the diet immediately. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, and no sugar. And that alone is going to help you right out of the chute. And then, of course, 2 weeks after you start on your supplement program, please give us a call, and we'll walk you through this. We'll be back. The Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Houston, Texas. And Helen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Helen, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Thanks for taking my call today.
You bet.
I'm calling for my daughter and her husband. They've been trying to get pregnant for 2 years now, and they've had some problems. My daughter's been checked out. Everything is a go with her. But my son-in-law has been diagnosed with low sperm mobility and sperm morphology. Mm-hmm. I just need to know whether or not any of the longevity products that my husband is taking could work for him or for both of us.
Okay. I'm assuming she's cycling and everything's fine. And
everything is fine with her. She wants to do IVF in October, and I told her, wait, let's just try this first.
Yeah, that's $25,000, and there's no guarantee.
It's a lot of money, and that'll have to refinance the house and everything. So
yeah, let's not do that.
No.
I can say with honesty and great confidence, I get more women pregnant every year than Solomon ever did. About 25,000 a year.
Wow.
And I'm assuming when you say she's never gotten pregnant, she's infertile. It's probably him, but she's never been pregnant, right?
No, she's never been pregnant. She's 30, he's 31.
Okay.
They're both 31 and 32, yeah.
But she's still cycling?
Yes.
Okay, not a problem. Well, what they both need to do is avoid all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils, and no gluten. I mean, drop dead, no exceptions. We're talking dog food, cat food, bird food, fish food, mother-in-law, everybody living in the household. He cannot work in a bakery, she cannot work in a bakery, that kind of stuff. I mean, they got to really be obsessive about staying away from wheat, barley, rye, and oats, okay? To maximize absorption of nutrients. That's the problem. He's not getting enough nutrients. Okay? No matter how well he's eating, he's not absorbing. That's the problem. And so then, how big a fella is he?
He's about 5'10", 5'11", I think about maybe 160, 170 pounds. They work out. They're very fit. She does half Ironmans.
Sure.
He bikes.
Okay. Well, what I would give him is 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, full dose thing twice a day, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. I would also have him take the Xeratest, Xeratest, Xeratest. I'd have him take 3 of those twice a day. It'd be 2 bottles a month. And then for her, how big is your daughter?
She's about 135 pounds, about 5'2".
Okay. Yeah, so I'd have her take 1 Healthy Brain and Heart pack per month, and it wouldn't hurt for her to take the Xerafem, Xerafem. Okay. And let them wait for 3 months after they start taking these products to really make sure their body is saturated with these nutrients. Nothing worse than getting pregnant and having some terrible thing happen to the embryo because they weren't quite ready yet, right? So let's make sure that they're super saturated with these nutrients. So they need to be on the nutrition and the diet for 3 months before they go for a pregnancy, okay? And then if it's a girl, name it Jolene. If it's a boy, name it Joel after me, okay?
Tangerine, is that okay for her or him or?
What?
Tangy tangerine, is that okay for either?
Well, that's all part of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs.
Oh, okay. Healthy Brain.
It's in there. Yeah, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, he wants 2 of those per month. There's 1 per 100 pounds of body weight, and he's 165. She wants 1 of those per month and divide it in half a dose of breakfast, half a dose of dinner, okay? And the Beyond Tangerine's in there. That's sort of the core of everything we do, okay?
So much. Appreciate it. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, let me know. Okay, God bless. All right. How much time we got here, Doug?
You got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Well, I'm going to remind everybody that if you want to share the message with people, I'd get a hold of that series, the book, the DVD, and the CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. It's a generic piece of information that every family needs to hear. You need to have family meetings every month. This is serious because experts are telling us now that our children will be the first generation of Americans that do not live as long as their parents. And that's because there's no nutrition in our food. So you do have to supplement with all 90. So get a hold of the books, the CD and the DVD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and learn why you need to supplement, what you need to supplement with, and it doesn't hurt to get with the Healthy Start Pack just as a core beginning. And then give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how things are going, and everything will be good. Thank you so much, Doug. Super job as usual. Thank you, Doug and Sam. And God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.